We offer you our deepest sympathies.
The flowers matter. On this, Mehmet Dege, the president of a Dorval mosque, is clear. They are appreciated now. They'll be kept. But there are darker keepsakes in his mosque, things cameras have caught. There's this one. That van pulling up outside the mosque as it stops. What you don't see is a passenger slashing the tire on the truck of someone praying at the mosque, stealing a bag from the front seat. Dege's truck, it's been shot up before.
Attacks started in 2008. And they broke the windows, they broke the doors, so we had to change the doors. Instead of insulation doors, we put steel doors all over the place. And they started writing on the walls. Still, attacks did not stop. It is still going on.
And arrests? Not one. Since Sunday night's massacre, though, the police, it seems, are much more attentive, and not just with his mosque. An arrest made in Montreal for hate speech against Muslims. An arrest in Toronto Monday for an online hoax that threatened a Toronto landmark. Police won't share details, but it sounds a lot like a conversation we found on the social media site 4chan, a thread espousing white supremacy. Sunday, just hours before the murders in Quebec City, someone threatens the CN Tower. Some respond they're reporting the threat right away. Others simply urge whites not get hurt. Who's talking about killing whites? One poster asks, then links to a Muslim community event. The thread is vile, but does vile talk lead to violent acts? Victims and researchers seem to have a feeling authorities aren't all that concerned.
Far-right extremism has often been a second thought, both in the United States and in Canada, and it just simply isn't treated with the same respect or concern that other threats are.
On the face of it, he's right. Canadian authorities don't seem overly alarmed. CBC obtained a restricted document, a federal government threat assessment produced only days ago. While there are entire pages devoted to the intricacies of violent Islamic extremism, there are just a few lines about other domestic groups, concluding there's no indication that right-wing extremists pose a threat to migrants and, in particular, recently arrived Syrian refugees.
Vandals spray painting hateful messages on cars and on trains against Syrians and Muslims.
To a layperson, though, the imagery of racist graffiti and KKK pamphlets and anecdote after anecdote of extremism add up. The numbers surely look concerning. According to Stats Canada, reported hate crimes countrywide based on religion went up from 2013 to 2014. The province with the most significant jump in reported hate crimes, Quebec. The most targeted religious group in that province, Muslims. So why? Easy to reflexively connect the far-right rhetoric in Quebec and the crimes, but not easy to prove it. Jonathan Montpetit has reported extensively on Quebec's swelling far-right movements. He's watched the Soldiers of Odin on a patrol in Quebec City this winter, a group with roots in a European white supremacy entity, one of many. In Quebec, he sees a unique far-right ecosystem.
There's also kind of a media sphere that exists, Breitbart-style websites in Quebec that help circulate negative stories about immigration and Islam.
But did that inspire a killer? Possible. Quebec knows that. For their part, Montreal police are hiring at least 50 more officers to look at online hate speech. Fresh eyes on what's been allowed to fester. Adrienne Arsenault, CBC News, Toronto.